And I live in this neighborhood just like down the road from your fireworks stand, a couple miles, and it's considered outside of city limits. Never thought much of it. We moved in, pay, everything makes sense. Trash gets picked up, we got water, all that kind of stuff. Then one day the trash stopped getting picked up. All of the people in like our Facebook group, when this like stuffy neighborhood, like all the wives mainly started being like, what the hell? They're not doing this, they're not doing that. Looked into it, and there's a private equity company, right? It always goes back to the private equity company. Private equity company called Kinderhook, who is rolling up trash companies across South America. I think with the idea of selling them to like Waste Management, Waste Connections, Republic, those kind of deals. So, anyways, Kinderhook bought this company called Barnes, which was just like a mom and pop trash company doing, I don't know, maybe like 8 million a year. And when they bought it, they immediately like fired half the staff. And so then the routes started getting dropped and they upped the pricing. You know, it's the private equity playbook. Cut the staff, raise the prices. All of a sudden it was a great purchase. But people started getting pissed. Started doing some math. There's about 400 houses in here. We were charged like $35 a can. And I was like, dude, I'm in the software business. This looks genius to me. Because I'm like, there's 400 houses. If people have 2 cans, they're charging probably $60 a month. You know, that times 400, I'm like, this one day a week could make 300 grand. Or this is making 300 grand one day a week. And so I posted in that Facebook group and said, hey, if you guys really are as mad as you say you are, I'll start a trash company. Here's what I need. And I said, I need 200 people to sign up, which was half the neighborhood. And I need you to pay for the first 3 months of service. And I put a Stripe link out there, and I didn't really think that anything was going to come of it, if I'm being totally honest. I mean, I knew some people would sign up, but I didn't think that many. And so we, in like 10 days, I think we had 150 signups, raised like 15 grand in cash. It was 3 months of service. So we had 5 grand of subscriber revenue. And this was like before we had a LLC or literally anything, you know? And so then that's it right there. So then I turned to my wife, and I don't know if you know this about Stripe, but like you can escrow the money. And I kept trying to like re-extend the escrow date so I could, because if it hits your account, then the refund you have to like pay for. But right. If it like stays in their escrow, you're good. And so I'm like telling my wife, I'm like, oh shit. And then one day we hit they wouldn't let me keep doing it. And so I forget, there's like a timeline. The money hit the account, and I'm like, I guess we're garbage men. And I went on to Facebook group, and it was like called Mom and Pop Trash Group or Mom and Pop Garbage People. And I bought this garbage truck sight unseen for, I forget, $35,000, and then another $2,500 in shipping and taxes and stuff, about 40 grand all in. And I financed the whole thing, but we didn't have a business, so I put it on. I run my software companies through American Express. So we had like a line of credit with them. It wasn't even a line of credit. I think it was like a personal loan, 7 years, 7% interest or something like that. And I clicked the button, 40 grand was in the account, bought the truck, and the payment was like $700 a month. And then long story short, I mean, I didn't mean to go on a tangent for you for that one, but that's.
So step one is you went and saw a need, and then you went and sold it to collect money to verify the need. And then you went and figured out and hacked how to buy a trash truck that was used, and you bought it sight unseen. You didn't have it inspected or anything?
Dude, okay, Mike, what am I going to do? Like if I go out there and be like, yep, looks like a trash truck, smells like a trash truck. Like, you know, like
Wait, did you have him operate it for you or anything?
Like, yeah. He sends me videos of like the dumbest shit in hindsight. It's like this, and driving it. He's like, see, it works. And it's like him driving down the road. And I'm like, well, I mean, seems legit. Why would it not be legit? The other thing was I was in the hospital with my wife, literally having our kid. So I bought this truck sight unseen, sent the wire, and I couldn't go out there even if I wanted to because we were having our 3rd child. And I shit you not, this is like parts, you start to forget parts of it because it's been like such a bloodbath. But the truck, we get home from the hospital with our 3rd child. I got 3 boys. And they would get home at 5 o'clock. I get a call from the transit guy that's delivering this garbage truck and goes, "Hey, I should be there at 7." And he goes, "But it was a residential house." He goes, "I can't drop this off at it was a semi truck on a giant trailer." He goes, "Is there like a truck station we can go there somewhere?" And I had to leave my wife. We got home at 5, just giving birth, and go and pick up a garbage truck down the road at like some truck stop at 7 o'clock. And then I get there and the batteries are dead. And I'm like, this is the start of the journey. This is how. So I couldn't get it off the trailer. The trucker guy's pissed. I'm running to Walmart trying to buy like batteries, but they're commercial batteries. So Walmart doesn't carry commercial batteries. Napa's closed, but it's just story after story for that. But we're still going. We got 3 trucks now, 3 employees.
Before we get there, I got to ask. So your wife's giving birth. Does she know you're buying a truck on your phone while she's in labor? Or
yeah, because I'm sitting in the bed next to her, sending the wire, and then signing up for insurance because I had to buy the insurance in case the truck like fell off the trailer on the way back. And I'm like shopping commercial insurance while the nurse is in there, like going, "Mike, you got kids. This is the 3rd one, man. I'm for this." Like once you get past the first one, the rest of them just kind of walk.
That's
out.
right. On number 3, your wife is like, yeah, that's good behavior.
Yeah,
I'm just glad you're here at the hospital.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like this is new. This is some new like first time experience for her. I could have been like buying an airplane, and she'd have been like, yeah, no, he does this.
We're now in business against Delta Airlines.
Right.
They're about a 4-seater. Yeah.
Okay, so now you own a truck and you have custody, and you got to get it insured, you got to get it registered. You probably are filing an LLC at this point. I mean, then what happens?
I mean, we didn't file the LLC for 3 months into the business. I mean, I didn't say that. I mean, we're super legit. We did everything perfect. What happened? Okay, so I had to get bins. Funny enough, in the chat, I see this guy, Charlie Dolan. I was in Hampton at the time, Sampar's Hampton. I think that's how you and I met, Mike. You came to speak there. And in Hampton, I said, "Does anyone know?" Dude, love Sam. Hampton's kind of stuffy. Like, I don't, love Sam.
Yeah.
Say that a million times. I don't think there's a lot of dudes in Hampton who knew how to do an oil change, right? They're like, it's kind of more tech bro-y, if that makes sense. But anyways, I posted in there, anyone know anything about the trash business? And Charlie Dolan is also in Hampton. And we get on a call and he's like, "What do you need?" And I'm like, "Dude, I need garbage bins. Like I need 200 to 400 garbage bins in like the next, basically an impossible time. But for you and I, it was like a normal time. Like I thought people just sat on bin inventory." And so I was like, "Hey, I need trash bins in the next about 30 days, 14 days. And he introduced me to some company called Cascade out of Michigan, which literally injection molds trash bins, but they do it to order. So like they need 30 days. And so I called them. The lady laughs at me. I was like, "Don't you have like some misprints or something you can give me?" She goes, "I don't have misprints." She goes, "But there's a company called, what was it, B&G Supplies that buys all of the like used trash bins. And there's another company in Michigan, and some company just sold, and B&G Supplies bought their used inventory." This is the crazy part. The guy who sold the company ended up finding our story, I think on Twitter or something, and goes, "Bro, you bought my used trash bins." I bought used trash bins and had them shipped down here. And so that was kind of, you basically need a garbage truck and some trash bins, and you can operate this pretty easy.
And then, and Chris, jump in here if you have any questions, but I'm enthralled. Okay, so now you have the truck. It's licensed. This is do you need a special CDL to drive this?
Yeah, if you look at that truck, it's a single axle. It's a under CDL truck sitting empty. So when it's sitting, give me 1 second here. I got to shut this off. When it's sitting empty, it's under CDL, right? And so I think it sits at like 25,000 pounds, but it's like the biggest under CDL truck you can buy. Like I haven't really seen one since. It's a 16-yard truck. And if you look at us, it's not put the trash in the top, you put it, or in the back, you put it on the side. So it can be operated by one person, and it has like an arm that comes out and grabs it and tips it. So yeah, we bought that truck, and then anyone can drive it. So like my wife has never like ran a route, but like I have videos of her driving the truck around, which are pretty funny. So
What like are there city ordinances where like certain cities or counties have like contracts with different like
yeah,
waste removal trash companies? Like how do you get around that, or do you have to deal with
you
that?
you deal with it. So basically, one thing that's interesting about Texas, and I think this is everywhere, just no one talks about it, is there. If you're in like a populous area, there's city limits. Like, and what a city limit is, by my description, is where the city supplies utilities. So you're thinking water, electric, gas, kind of the main ones. If the city hasn't built infrastructure yet to those areas, they call it outside of city limits. And so anything outside of city limits doesn't fall into city contracts. Well, in Texas, that's basically infinite. Like,
Right.
city limits but like there's not that urban sprawl that you see kind of everywhere else. And anywhere kind of has this situation. So anyone outside of city limits is basically like open to choose their own gas company, their own electrical. People have propane, all sorts of stuff. So people can just sign up and bill monthly with us. We bill 3 months at a time. But that's also, Chris, why I started this, because like if you look around at these city contracts, there's a city down the road from me, like 10 minutes, called the city of McKinney, and their trash contract just got outbid to a company called Frontier for $20 million a year. So like if you get just one city contract, we've like couple small city contracts, like minor city contracts. But like if you get this to a breaking point and you win a city contract or two, those are locked in 3-6 years, and you can get a couple of those under your belts. This can really scale quick.